Let's do another quick video. So I was curious to see, I said it wasn't very popular. If you go to steamdb.info on the intranets, you'll be able to see some of this information. And you can look up any game that's on Steam, and it's pretty cool. I mean, you can link your account to it. So you can see there's only 12 people playing this game on Steam. It's not popular. It's an indie game. It's beta. It's just not hitting a group of people that like playing it. Since February, in the last month, the peak has been 30. So when I say this isn't a popular game, you can see where I'm coming from. If I go and look at Hogwarts Legacy for just an example, it'll tell you live time. So right now there's 187,000 people playing it. If I go to charts, you can see that that's going down because people bought it, they played it, and they're still playing it, but it's popular. You can see that. It's not a big deal. If you look at it's another one, No Man's Sky. And look at that one, you can see there's 13,000 people playing it in game. And if you go to the charts, you can see the charts of that. Twitch viewers versus people watching it versus people playing it type of situation. So you can get some of that information through steamdb.info and see a lot of that stuff. You can also come in here to the menu and look for free packages under your account. And what that does is if you have your account linked, it'll go in and look and see how many packages for games that you have that you can get for free. There's lots of demos in there, but if you hit activate these packages now, it's going to download and install all of these onto your account. I don't do that. What I do is I come down here to should be a thing in here, 150 packages activated. If you want to hide demos, if you only want to view content for your owned games, so I can click that and see for Borderlands 3 there's 2 free packages for the season pass that I can install right now. So it's a little tip for you, a little hint, but I just wanted to show that for Gunsmith. And this is nothing bad about the creators of Gunsmith. This is not a dig at them. I'm having a blast with this game. I think it's a lot of fun. I think there's a lot of aspects to this game that I never really saw before. It's not an overly complicated game. It's not a difficult game so far. There's things you gotta do. You gotta balance some things, but I'm having a blast with it. And I'm really looking forward to getting quote-unquote endgame. And endgame for me would be unlocking all the vehicles, all the bullets, unlocking everything, and producing it, and making money. I want to see if I can hit, like 10 billion, 100 billion, or $1 trillion, whatever the case, with multiple factories. I'm really curious to see, because we go into our globe here, right mouse click spin, and when we buy an expansion, and let's say I have a chemical factory, how would I move those chemicals made in that factory to another factory, say firearms? How do I do that? Because we know chemicals are needed to make bullets. This is bullets and firearms. How do I have a location that's just for chemicals? This is what we're going to have to learn and find out. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. So anyway, I just had to show that. That was stupid. I accidentally closed everything down. What I wanted to do was look at the blueprints. And so if we look at, you can only see, there's only 8 out there on the Steam Workshop. And so you go to the Steam Workshop, and then you can browse collections, blueprint bundles, game saves that other people have done. It's not a very popular game. I'll say that right out of the gate. It's not popular. But when I go look at the blueprints that have been shared, there's only 8. And so that's kind of discouraging that there's only that many out there. I was hoping 1 million in production value, clothing items, and some bullets, TNT. So if I look at that one, you subscribe to it, and the next time you load it up, it will be available to you. So if I hit subscribe and then move that, and then what I'm going to do is go into blueprints. It's probably not going to be there now, but refresh, import from local, share. I can share all my locals. This would be a good way to back things up. The workshop, text export, blueprint bundle name. Import workshop, refresh any blueprint bundles of the workshop branch. So let's do this. Let's go into settings. Let's save the game. I think it was base 1. Nope, let's do base 2. Let's save that. And then I'm going to quit the desktop. And then I'm going to launch it again. What time is it? 2:17. And so now that I've subscribed to it, it should come up. It should come up automatically if they've got everything hooked up right. So I go here, the Gunsmith, or just go load it up, and see if that subscribed making stuff bundle is available in our section. So go to workshop, browse, what? Local? Alright, maybe that doesn't work. Global workshop. Alright, that didn't work. That's frustrating. It just says subscribe. Normally in other games when you subscribe to it, it's just automatically adds to subscribe to download, and I did. See, there's been some updates to the game. Let's go to Steam. No. Store, news. Not seeing any news updates for it. I wonder why it didn't work. I wonder if I'm too quick and it didn't have time to download or anything. But this is interesting. So we can share blueprints. We can share local. This is the default. First, can I rename this? Default. New folder. Rename current folder. I can't. It's the default. If I add a new folder and call it gear lines, call it gear lines. Okay, I got 2 of them. And so I can, let's share the default. Let's call this blueprint bundle ABA's, that's me, apps by Aaron, default gear lines, short descriptions required, custom made paste, enter preview image. I don't need that. Change notes, workshop terms. Oh, this goes to the required workshop terms. Check. Accept again. Accept again. You've accepted it right now. What am I missing? Oh, I need a photo? What? Alright. That's fine. I'll get you a photo. How about that? And then we're going to go back into blueprints and we're going to share default. Just the default ABA. And paste, enter preview image path. Okay, so I gotta find that. Let me go into my screenshots folder and put, it's gotta be Gunsmith photo.jpg. Oh, so that's the thing. Can I not do that? Okay. Let me, oh, is it, I hit, doesn't like it. So let's do ABA Gunsmith gear lines. Does it have to be a JPG? Probably doesn't like all the other stuff in there. It's gotta be less than a megabyte. This is ridiculous. Open with paint.net. And then we can take the image and resize it. Yeah, I know it's big. It's let's take 50% off of that. And save it. Yep. Yep. And close it. Smaller now. Let's copy, clear, paste, 81 megabytes. There we go. Change log. I did that. And then we're going to submit it. And so that should go out to uploading item. Should go out to the workshop. Item updated. Exit. Let's cancel all of that. And then if I go to the blueprints, it didn't upload, but I'm guessing it's gonna take some time. Your favorites. I don't want my favorites. Gunsmith home workshop. It's not listed yet, but it might just take some time. Okay, so anyway, I don't even know if that works. Let's take. Here's the problem: is I want these blueprints for later. So if I share. There's got to be a text import. Here we go. Export string here. We hit prepare. So if you take this, copy all of this, and then I'm going to put it into, let's open up Notepad again. And I'm going to save this as a TXT file. And I'm going to call it Gunsmith default gear lines. Add a T. Gunsmith default gear lines blueprints. Really need to learn how to type. And so now, if I ever lose the game or reinstall it or start a new map, I can import. Doink. I can import those right into there, and it's gonna do its thing. So that's how you would export those. I did it the long way. Well, I'm just messing around with the game, trying to see what it has to offer. Most recent. We'll give it some time. So right now we're back up, which is fine. We've let this run. This has been a good test to see how things are going. So we're back up to 238,000. We're filling orders. We're filling stuff up. We're making some money. We look at our finances. We got 15,000 out. New week just started. Again, I wish there was just a little more data to see some of this stuff, like a graph over time. Red expenditures, green income, and you kind of see that stuff and do some more filtering. I mean, we're 123 days in the game. I don't know if there's a limit to that, if it goes on forever, but it'd be fun to see some of that stuff, because this just gives me a current day weekly snapshot, but there's no way that I can find to go back and look at previous weeks. Staff globe. I mean, there's notoriety. We're climbing towards businessmen. I like it. Let's go back to sales. Let's look at our reputation. It's growing up. We're at 179. Things are coming up. Millhouse. Let's do some more research on bullets. Let's do this one. Yeah. Everything's fine. Let's see how things are doing. We got plenty of mechanics getting around doing their jobs. Let's look at the globe, and we look at our totals. See, we've gone up, and it's matching. Our production value is 69,000. Our running cost is 37,000. So that's to be expected. Again, here would be a good place to have like over/under type of situation where I could see total graph of some kind. You know, like the stock market going up and down. I'd like to be able to see some more of that. So we looked at blueprints. Interesting stuff. This is cool. It tells you the total cost as well. Boots and backpacks. That was that one convergent line that we had. I'm going to delete that one. We got pants. We got backpack. This is the backpack line edition. That's what that was. We got a camo vest, glove line 2, armor lines, everything's going on here. So this is actually pretty good. I do want to rebuild some of these, like the camo line that swiggles around. I do want to rebuild that. I can do that later. It's not killing anybody. It's here, it's doing its thing. So we got our pants, object line, tells you how many objects are in the line, tells you how much it costs, money per day, how much fire and energy it needs. Move this blueprint to the global branch. We can create a copy of the blueprint in the global branch, or change folders. I like that because I have my gear lines, so I could easily change this folder to my gear lines folder. I like that. The UI could use a little bit of work. Some of the stuff's kind of hard to see because of the transparency. But it is what it is. And I'm glad that they have these folders, because as we add bullets, and there's a bunch of different kinds of bullets, and we add weapons, right? We can have gear lines. Let's add another one. We'll call this ABA bullets lines. Oops. Bullet lines. Let's add another one for ABA weapons. Weapon lines. Okay. We'll add another one for ABA vehicle lines. So now we'll have 4 different areas here. And I can rename that current folder. Let's go ABA gear lines. I like it. I like it a lot. So I got bullets, weapons, vehicles, lines, or gears. That's just what I'm calling it. So with that, I am gonna call it. I'm gonna call it a session. Got a lot of editing to do, but it should be fun. It's gonna be fun. We're already back up to 276 or 279, and so we are making money. We're getting some notoriety. Our total expenditures is 45. We're making 150 grand more than that per week so far. Orders, our reputation's going up to the United States, 173. I think we needed 200 to make to get our license production. U.S. We need to be in good standing with the U.S. government. We're getting there. It's not a problem. Which is fine, because like I said, we got to research all this stuff. I'm working on this. I got 1, 2, 3 more to go, and then extra bullets. I got 5 kinds of 6 kinds of bullets, plus shotgun shells, so 7. So there's lots of room for making stuff. But we're gonna, oh yeah, explosives. I forgot about that. So we got guns, weapons, and explosives. Let's do another blueprint package. A new one for ADA explosives. Explosive lines. And then we're set. We are set to go. I'm just gonna let things happen. So we'll see you next time. Hopefully by the next video we'll have our gear lines on the workshop.